Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Because it is evening.
It is evening. Once again.
Absolutely.
Once again. No, welcome back.
Welcome back.
To another.
Yeah.
I don't even know what episode we're on, but
Hey, man.
Yeah,
we lost track.
We're in the
We've been messing
teens.
up in videos. It don't even matter
It just
anymore.
keep going and going and
keep
going
making
and going
videos.
and going. Feels good, though.
Creating content
Yes.
for you guys to be able to tune in. We appreciate the support, like always.
Absolutely. We did do our giveaway.
Oh.
It's on our Instagram.
Yeah.
We actually decided to do something a little different. We did a live,
Yeah.
Yep.
which, I mean, comment down below if you guys like that. We enjoyed it. We thought it was pretty
it's fun.
But that whole reel is on our Instagram. The two winners. What were? I honestly forgot.
The names.
Yeah,
Sean.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sean Brackett and
your
Daniel.
buddy. Yeah, your buddy Daniel.
Yeah.
So
So,
we're gonna get those out to you guys this week. Hopefully, we've just been really busy.
And they both chose
Angel's
Angel's
Envy.
Angel's Envy.
And I got to say,
Angel's
both
Envy.
those are two good choices. So, you know what?
Absolutely.
Daniel and Sean, we want to hear your feedback once we get these bottles to you. We actually got the bottles off to the side of the picture over here. You know what, Rods? You should grab one of the Angel Envy bottles, and just so that everybody knows
We aren't lying.
we aren't lying. We've purchased the bottles. The bottles are full. Thank you, Rods.
Yeah.
We have another one over there, but we'll just show you one. Angel's
Yep.
Envy
Yep.
with the wings on the backside.
The wings.
So
Two angels coming
I'll
at
let
you.
you take that off screen. Thanks. So we'll get those out to you guys. We do have them. We've just been a little delayed. It's the final week for 1/1 effective dates. So we've been pulling a lot of all-nighters is what people would say. And so we got till the 15th, which is Friday of this week to get people enrolled.
Yeah.
So it's coming in hot. So we will try and get those bottles out to you within the next week. Promise.
Sure.
So
But I think we got to get into the bottle.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the energy's low.
The
right now.
energy's low.
I feel the energy.
oh wow! It's probably because we've been working.
I know. And I didn't like that.
You just a little bit.
My monster's not
tired,
picking me
I
man.
don't like that. So
see?
let's bring it up a little bit.
Okay. Back. Come on. Let's go.
Today,
Yes.
I think Luke
Ooh.
I do. It's
will
me.
bring it to us.
It
Luke
is
got
me.
it?
It is me.
This week,
Wow.
though.
So
Okay.
in this bottle, we have got Green River
Yeah.
Wheated Bourbon. Try
I
and
do
say
know-
that 10 times.
Green
fast.
River, Green
It's
River Wheated
hard.
Bourbon, Green River Wheated Bourbon, Green River Wheated.
Yeah, see, I'm telling you, that's hard. That's a jumble of words right there. Green River Wheated Bourbon.
I do know they have three separate ones.
Yeah.
I
They
chose
do.
that one because wheated bourbon just sounded kind of good.
It is a little bit different, so it's going to be a good blend of just a different mixture. So it's got like some malt whiskey in this
Okay.
and different stuff like that. So one thing before I jump into the story,
I'm here for it.
the bottle itself is kind of cool.
It is kind of cool.
So if you look at this, it's got this flat edge. But if you guys see this, that is a horseshoe
I see
on the bottom
wow.
of the
dope.
bottle.
I didn't
So
even realize that.
it
That's
is
kinda badass.
Kentucky. Kentucky is known for their horses. That's where the distillery is located.
Of course, it's Kentucky.
And it's got a horseshoe at the bottom. So I think that was a really nice touch to the bottle and something I'm really excited about. But in this bottle, it's Green River Distilling. They're the 10th oldest distillery in the state of Kentucky.
Wow.
So,
10th oldest.
yes, 10th oldest.
Been in the
So
game
not
for
not
a
new,
long
it's
time.
oldest. They've been there for a while.
Long
have.
time. Yeah.
This has been aged for more than 5 years. And this is the first Green River bourbon to hit the shelves in more than a century.
Oh wow. Oh, first of all, before you go ahead,
Yeah.
this actually is a bottle that was requested in one of our videos.
Oh,
Whoa.
yeah. Shout out. Who requested it?
It was actually Marissa.
Okay,
Nice.
Okay,
Shout
yeah.
out to Marissa.
Thanks, Marissa.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Marissa,
Appreciate
for
that.
shouting this out.
See, we listen.
Listen.
So I think that this is going to be really neat from that aspect of stuff. The Green River Distillery, it was started by John W. McCulloch in Owensboro, Kentucky in 1885.
I mean, how many? We've had a lot. I mean, like we said earlier, though, there's a lot of distilleries out there in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Man.
But this has got a cool story a little bit.
Okay, I'm
All
listening.
So we're
I'm
not
listening.
we're not done. In 1914, a fire wiped out the entire production area of this distillery.
Oh wow.
Obviously, the prohibition was right after that. So that was shortly before then.
Yeah.
The distillery just closed, permanently closed for a while. The property was rebuilt and passed through a series of investors over the years until a guy by the name of, let's see here, what was his name? Ron Call acquired it in 2014 and is kind of it's struggled to find success since the fire of 1914. So literally they went 100 years with kind of in and out of different investors and struggling after that fire. And Ron Call took it over in 2014, and it has had since a lot of success.
Nice.
Now, Ron Call, the reason why I think they've had success is because he came from another large distillery. Can you guys guess what distillery he came from?
Jack Daniels.
He was a distiller.
Jack
Well,
Daniels.
that's really close. What's the next most?
Crown Royal.
Nope.
No, Jack Daniels.
Jim Beam.
Jim
boom.
Beam. Jim Beam, you got that. So he came from he was a distiller, a longtime distiller who worked for Jim Beam, and he oversaw the renovations to restore the distillery to its original glory.
Okay.
And in 2016, that same year, Ron's son Jacob, a well-respected distiller in his own right, took over as the head distiller of the company. So this is now a generation of families who have stepped in. So
That's cool.
I think that's
cool.
kind of cool. In 2020, the company purchased the rights of Green River Distilling Company with the blessing of McCulloch's great grandson. So now we're talking about 3 generations of McCulloch's.
Okay.
And they have now wanted to continue to go with their 3 mainstays of whiskey. Let me tell you all their three main bottles. It is they've got Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, Kentucky straight wheated bourbon, which we're trying, and we've got single barrel bourbon. That's their 3 mainstays that they distill at their distillery. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Absolutely.
Outside of that, they don't have like a crazy story. Like we've had some crazy ones, you know, like riding in on horses and people that are part of the mafia and all that kind of stuff. But I do think that it's neat, and it's somebody who gave us a shout out wanting to try this whiskey. So
Also,
I'm excited to try it.
We're not going to find a bottle that has a crazy story every time.
I know. I think it's going to be hard. You know what I mean?
And
We're just here to talk about whiskey.
Yeah. That's it.
So
I like it. I like it though. That's pretty cool.
my ice is melted. That was a good pop, though.
It was decent.
I heard that. Oh, yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, wow.
So hopefully, no, let us. I guess we're gonna go ahead.
What you mean,
I'm
bud?
out. It's been a while. I'm out. I don't even know what's going on. It's been a while, guys.
Yeah. I'm kind of excited for this, actually.
I mean, I don't even think.
Give me a little bit less than what you gave him. That looks a little hot.
Hey, by the way, we'll for a couple of episodes we'll be shouting out. Who was it again that got these for us?
Etching and engraving.
Etching and Engraving got these awesome whiskey glasses. We shouted them out on one of our last podcasts that we had a couple weeks ago. So thank you again, Etching and Engraving, for sponsoring and part of the Whiskey and Insurance podcast.
Super dope.
And always, we're always going to link their stuff down below periodically.
Yes.
I mean, they do a lot of stuff. And if you need, I mean, they do woodwork, they do guns, they do glass.
They make it special for people,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely. You just send them the zip file or whatever you want, and they get it done for you.
Yeah, man.
For sure.
So I am excited, and my favorite line that we always get into is,
What's in the bottle?
let's go.
Let's go, baby. Let's
So-
smell it.
Let me.
I've got the answers, so this is you guys kind of smelling and taking a guess.
It don't smell bad.
No, it smells
No,
great.
it smells pretty good, actually.
I smell caramel.
It's a good guess.
Is that in there?
Yeah, it is definitely a caramel aroma.
Yes.
So, yeah.
What about we're guessing already?
Yeah, brother.
What about
Act like you've done this before. Gee.
Man, you know what? AEP really got him down and out. Holy
crap.
Hey man, I'm coming out of it.
He's got to
All right.
repair for the last couple of months. He's been going hard. Hard
Oh
in the paint.
man. Corn? Any wheat? What is it in?
Yes, corn and wheat is definitely in this.
Dude, you're so freaking smart. Almost like it says wheated bourbon.
There we go. There we go.
It is 70% Kentucky grown corn.
That's what I'm talking about.
Bruh,
Yeah.
you're not
You
telling
didn't
me
guess
you
it.
smell
You didn't guess it. You didn't guess it.
Kentucky grown corn.
You didn't guess it?
Actually, or should I say smelt?
Was I
'Cause
right?
Apparently, that's
Was
what
I
you
right?
like to say is
Was I right?
smelt.
Was I right?
You guys are funny.
Yeah. Exactly. You just mad.
You know what's crazy,
You
though?
thought you were going to be the only one that got it.
I smell maple syrup.
Maple syrup is not in this.
I knew it wasn't. You're just guessing at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to smell.
How many we got left?
Yeah,
There's
that's-
4 that are left.
Any
in this.
fruit?
There is fruit.
Okay. Oranges.
There's 2 fruits. One is a stone fruit.
Cherries,
No.
cranberries.
No.
What else is a stone fruit? Guava.
Actually, they're both considered stone fruits, actually.
Guava.
Isn't stone fruit something
Has
that's got
a
a
seed.
stone seed in it?
Yeah,
Yeah. So 2 of them are stone fruits,
So
actually.
not cherry.
Yep. Not cherry.
No apples.
That's not stone fruit.
Not apples.
It's gotta have a
Oh,
thick.
I almost took a sip of this and I
You did.
didn't before I think. Wow.
Uh,
I didn't know.
guava.
Can't kick me off the pod.
Guava.
Nope.
Okay.
You want me to give it to you?
We're
what?
blowing it.
Yeah,
This
you
is
guys,
bad.
You guys are kind of blowing it.
This is bad. Okay, go.
Apricot.
I was gonna say that. Hold on.
No, you wasn't.
And there's one more. Georgia
Peach.
peach.
Damn, we should.
I wouldn't
So-
have got that one. I wouldn't have got
Yep.
a Georgia
That's-
peach.
It
So
has a
you've got
stone fruit.
caramel from the aroma. We've gotten the peach and apricot. There is 3 more, or technically 4 more flavors on top of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon is in it.
Bro, you looked it up.
Cinnamon's in it.
No, you must have looked this shit up before we got here. He
I have
definitely,
not even
you don't
looked up
just
my
guess cinnamon
phone.
like that, bro.
Yep.
No.
Cinnamon's in this. All right,
bro.
now 3 more.
This
Are they
guy.
spices?
No.
Are they
Vanilla?
liquid?
No vanilla?
There's 2 more, sorry.
Keep wanting to take a drink, so I'm gonna take a drink of this.
Sorry, 3 more. I keep giving you the wrong one.
All right, let's
Okay, let's taste it. and
Let's
then
always
see.
taste it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Honey is what you were about
All
to
right,
say.
Talbot,
You were about
lead
to
us for this.
say. Yeah.
Whiskey for the souls,
Insurance for the wallets.
Damn, that's really.
That is good.
Pardon my French. Holy shit.
Yeah. That's really good. I like that. I like that. Let me taste it. Let me taste it again.
Dude.
I'm not a fan.
What? What is he talking about?
What?
Not a fan.
What is there? Is there the
Is it too
is there
sweet
the,
for you?
is there the
What?
toasted nuts in there again?
I don't know. There is hazelnut, and there's toffee,
Okay.
and then the third one that you guys were missing that's always in it is honey.
Honey,
So
you're telling
You
me you
don't-
don't like this?
no, I don't.
I don't know.
I don't know what it is.
We should probably just end it
Mhm.
here.
Mhm.
To be honest,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we've. I don't know.
It's reminding me a lot of.
The 10th Mountain. I
Yeah.
knew it was going to, because that's the only one you've ever come out and say you don't like.
I know it's reminding me a lot of.
Okay, so apparently we have to look all these bottles up and find if there's a nut in it because he just hates it.
I don't know. I don't know why. I just
You
I
hate
don't,
nuts,
I don't,
huh?
I don't like the flavor of it. It's like it's a total aftertaste thing for me.
It tastes so good after.
See, for me, it's the aftertaste that just makes me go.
I mean, am I tripping? Like that is a very good tasting.
It goes down very smooth. Like
I'm not lying. That doesn't go down
No,
smooth.
It's
an aftertaste
I'm just
for me,
confused
man.
on your
Yeah.
taste buds.
yeah.
Beats me.
But I will say I do taste when you said, did you say toffee?
Yeah.
I taste that.
I taste the
taste
hazelnut.
that.
For sure.
I'm telling you, it's that aftertaste is almost dead on with 10th Mountain whiskey. Are you guys getting that at all?
No, and I love it.
And you loved 10th
I
Mountain
love
whiskey.
it.
This is pretty dang good, man.
Bro, I'm saying.
Well, the whiskey bottle, I guess, the last couple of whiskey bottles I bring to the table, I don't even like. So, you know what? I just need to stop bringing whiskey bottles to the table, and you two can bring the whiskey bottles. How about that?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to lie. Listeners, watchers, I'm not a fan.
Ooh.
I'll go ahead and lead off.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, please.
4.
Wow.
Get this man out of here.
I'm
Come on,
sure,
Luke.
I'm
For real, dude.
positive you rated Deacon.
You're higher than that. And that was gasoline.
That was, I could have put that in my car and drove a quarter block.
Yes.
I'm telling you, I don't like it.
What?
And I've liked a lot of whiskeys,
No.
guys. This isn't our first fucking whiskey.
That's
not.
fine,
You're
but
right.
I'm saying
It's not.
a 4?
You're not. You're right. Maybe he'll sip it a couple times. Maybe he'll change his mind in a
No,
couple sips.
no.
I've tried.
There's no
I've
going
sipped.
back.
I've kept sipping.
You want to try mine?
I've tried.
You want to try mine?
It's
Got
a
more
4,
ice.
damn it. It's a 4. That's what it is. Talbot.
Okay. Well, sorry.
It might be the.
I'm
It might be the apricot. Apricot. I don't know. I can't find the whatever the aftertaste is. I'm telling you, if you guys,
It's the hazelnut.
is that what it is?
Yeah.
Then that's what I don't like. So
Let me ask you: when you grew up, did you ever eat almonds?
yeah, I like almonds.
Did you like?
I like almonds. If there's some almonds sitting
Did
right
you
here,
like-
I actually would be.
Okay. Did you like paydays?
No, I didn't. I
Did you
wasn't.
like Snickers?
I like Snickers.
Okay, Snickers has hazelnut. No, you just ain't making sense. To be honest.
I like crunches,
Crunches.
but I'm not a big candy bar guy. I'm not gonna lie.
No, that's
I
fine.
don't sit around.
That's
and eat
fine.
candy.
Candies, exactly.
Yeah, I just it doesn't.
That's fine.
I'd rather have a bowl of ice cream.
Facts.
Like,
I
straight
agree.
up.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I
that's
agree
actually
with that.
that's actually big facts.
I agree with
Yeah.
that. I agree
It's
with
got to
that.
be vanilla though.
I'm just-
Chocolate.
Any type of candy, Jolly Ranchers, hard candy, sweet tarts.
I don't know. I like
Snickers.
sour.
I've for whatever reason, I've never been that big on candy.
I love sour candy.
So
Love sour candy.
if I ever do a candy, it's because I'm doing a candy bar on a golf course. I need something to fill my stomach, so
Like
I do Snickers.
Yeah, that I don't even really classify Snickers as a candy bar because like
Yeah.
we grew up just eating those on the baseball field because like that's what's quick,
And it fills you up.
right? And it gives you a little
heavier.
bit of energy for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. But no, if y'all eat chocolate ice cream, can't talk to y'all.
Vanilla, straight up. I don't do chocolate ice cream.
That's crazy.
You do vanilla on there?
not-
Yeah. That's
I'm not-
I don't
I'm
like chocolate in general.
I don't like chocolate in general either.
No, like
I'm
people
not-
be eating Hershey bars. I look at you weird, 100%.
Yeah.
I'll look at you really weird if you're like, oh, I'm craving a Hershey bar. I'm like, get out of here.
Yeah.
What?
For sure.
You tell me you're gonna
Totally
crack
agree.
open a Hershey bar?
You know what? I will say there's one Hershey bar that I would get down for.
The
And you're-
cookies and cream.
No. And you're going to absolutely laugh because you think I hate nuts.
What is that?
The Hershey bar with almonds.
with almonds.
Okay, those are fire. though.
Those are really
are-
good. Those are
You know
really
the ones that
I know.
used to get at school when they used to sell the chocolates for the
Oh,
baseball
yeah.
team?
good.
Oh,
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
Those
Those are
hazelnut
fire
ones
too.
Oh, yes. I know
$2.
exactly
I used to
what
buy
you're
like 7 of those.
talking about. Remember the old boxes?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. It was like $90 for a box.
Here you go.
Comment below which candy bar you like. I know we're all off topic right now, but please comment below
Yeah, how
what
did we
candy
get on
bar you
candy
like,
bars?
ice cream you like, all of that good stuff. Let us know, please.
Hey, if you like this whiskey,
Yeah.
comment below on
Like
that.
you should,
Or
or it's a
if-
very good bottle.
Or if you agree with me and you don't like it, comment that as well.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
What's your guys' ratings? Because
ahead.
I'm already at a
And
four.
also, Marissa, give us your rating because
Sorry,
we wanna know
Marissa,
what you
I'm
thought.
not a fan.
But-
No,
no hard feelings.
no hard feelings. On it. I'm just not a fan.
Rating.
Yep. You.
I'm gonna say, from the smell to the taste, it's very well put together.
I
Because
love
can
the smell.
Yeah, I can smell most of it. I can't smell toffee because I don't think I've really ever like tasted toffee like by itself. So I truly don't know what it really tastes like because it's always in stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But no, I'll give this a solid 7.6.
Wow. I will say I do like the smell. The
Yeah.
smell
And
it
the
smells
price
good.
of the bottle,
What was it?
$35.
$35.
I mean,
$35.
you
It's
can't
not
beat
bad
that.
at all.
No, you can't beat
Not
that.
bad at all. I agree, Talbot. I'm not gonna give it. I can't give it an 8.
No, it's definitely like it's a very mid tier.
It's that nut after
It goes down smooth.
Yeah,
It makes
for
me
sure.
You guys remember when I did the 10th mountain?
Yeah,
Do you guys?
you guys didn't drink it,
Yeah.
and I went back for a second.
There's no way.
I
And you
didn't
did a
like
heavy
the 10
pour.
Mountain. I didn't like the
There's
10
no
Mountain.
way I'm
Pour it
finishing.
in mine if you want.
Well, the thing is, we always finish our whiskeys.
Yeah, you have to. Sorry.
So
But by the way,
frustrating.
before you rate,
Just gonna step
45%
on this all
alcohol, 90 proof.
Ooh, big body.
Yeah,
90
not
is
bad.
up there.
Yeah, it's up there.
Now we've had more, but
I think
90 is
that's
up
pretty
there.
average. To be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah.
yeah.
But I would say I'll give it a 7. I'll give it a 7. I like how it goes down. It's smooth. It smells good.
For sure.
And I like it. It's pretty good. It's not the best though.
No, by far. Definitely
Yeah,
not.
but it's
Four
good.
Roses is.
I don't know about that either,
No.
but I
Remix.
Yeah, remix. we ain't
See,
moving from
that we
remix
can- we can agree on.
Yes. Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
He's got us 4 roses. over there. So
Oh yeah, I didn't get to show you guys that last time. That was good. But no, I think now before we get into anything,
Yeah.
good time. Shout out our sponsor Apollo
Okay.
Yep.
during this hard time.
Yeah. Was that the break? Tell me what the fuck was that? I'm waiting for the fuck what you gonna say or do. What the hell? Was that your intro to the fucking sponsor?
That was the break.
What the hell? Bruh.
this in. It's too funny. Like, was that the break? What the fuck? I think that's hilarious.
All right. Well,
Let's do another. We're leaving this in.
Fuck was he doing,
Leave this
bro?
in. That's funny. Not gonna lie, that's funny. Leave this in. All
right.
Now shout out our sponsor.
Take two.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know what it was that you were saying.
I don't know, bro.
Like our sponsor during
threw
this
me
hard
all the-
time. I think did you say during this
yes.
hard time?
I meant to say. I
He's
meant to
drunk
say.
already, bro.
No, I
Get
meant
the
to
fuck out
say
here.
during
What are you
this.
talking about?
You know, hard time we know E.
Okay, elaborate. Don't just say shit like you should have said. Want to shout out to
I'm
sponsor
crying.
Apollo. You know, da-da-da-da-da.
I'm crying.
All right, I messed up. Let me redo this.
That was
Hang on.
terrible.
Shout out our sponsor
Hard time.
during this hard time. Like, what hard time are you experiencing?
Like, are we in rehab? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, we're actually going sober.
We aren't drinking whiskey anymore on our podcast.
All right. No, for real.
Let's shout out the sponsor the right way this time, Tal.
All right.
Wait.
Shout out to our sponsor, Apollo.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys.
Boom.
Boom.
We want to shout out our sponsor, Apollo Insurance Group. They are one of the largest health insurance brokerages out of the Midwest. They specialize in health, life, dental, vision, a lot of the things you need in regards to insurance they have. So they typically save their clients a lot of money in regards to their premium. So if you don't have someone that's helping you or aiding you through this process or this chaotic world of health insurance, please reach out to them. They fight for you, they specialize in what they do, and they're great at their job.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning
hope
into
you
our
like
sponsor,
that little blooper.
Yeah. We're leaving the blooper in. We talked about it even after. We're leaving the blooper
But
in.
we also are going to do that. Are you going to do that blooper video, Roz? It's going to be some time.
Come
No, I
through.
think that would be funny, though. I think it would be funny.
We do have quite a few bloopers.
Yeah,
so
sure.
It's
that would be funny.
only,
be a
if,
nice little
only if
reel.
this was recording the entire time.
Oh, man.
Oh man,
We'd be in
that'd
trouble.
funny.
Actually, I think we would be in trouble. Probably a good idea. We know. But no, what are we talking about today?
What
We're
are we
talking about ancillary. And that's a big word for insurance. Not a lot of people are going to
I
know
was
what
going to say, you
ancillary
might want
means.
to elaborate a little bit on that.
So ancillary, for those who aren't in the insurance world, are, think of it as this: additional policies that you can get in addition to your health insurance, such as accidents, hospital indemnity plans, critical illness plans, dental would fall in this.
Cancer, heart attack, stroke.
Cancer, heart attack, stroke plans would fall in this. Life insurance, vision, all of those would fall under the ancillary plans in addition to health insurance. So,
Yep.
I think what we should do is we should be totally educational
Okay.
and let our both agents that tune in and the consumers, because we're also all consumers, much like the general public of health insurance. Why is an accident policy good for me? Is an accident like Aflac? Does it just pay you $200 every time you go break your arm or something like that? Or is it better?
Yeah.
You know, like there's a lot of things that we could kind of get into from a nuance perspective. Like for those that are listening, one of my favorite things is, has anybody shown you how to lower your deductible to $250 in the event of an accident?
Negate your maximum out-of-pocket exposure.
Yeah. So if you got a max out of pocket, which the average max out of pocket nowadays is anywhere from, it's probably $8,500 now.
It is. Yep.
$8,500. So if you were to be hospitalized, you would be on the hook for $8,500. Well, if you carry an accident policy and you get hurt because of an accident, which, by the way, provided by American Medical Association, 63% of the reasons why you'd ever visit a hospital or an ER is caused by an accident.
Yes.
So 63% of the time due to an accident, if you have an $8,500 max out of pocket and you get hospitalized from an accident, that accident policy will limit and cover your total exposure of $8,500 except for the first $250.
Yep.
So boom, new max out of pocket, $250.
Exactly. And
So-
another stat as of 2022.
Oh, we're doing stats.
Stat.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Let's go.
What stat are you going to throw?
I don't know. I'm gonna make something. I'm gonna get it.
As of 2022, after COVID hit, right? We all know that. If you were under the age of 45, right?
Okay.
The average American, 87% of people don't have more than $1,500 in savings.
Yeah.
I believe it.
That's scary.
Well, that's inflation for you.
Yeah. And just, I mean, considering the fact of what you were saying, like we're talking about negating maximum out-of-pocket exposure, you ain't gonna be able to pay for that $8,500.
No.
You know, I mean, granted, if the bill is $157,000, cool, $8,500 is a lot less, but you still got to come up with that somehow.
Correct.
You know,
And what's crazy, no matter whether or not if America goes to an alt one payer system or if they revert back to how it was prior to Obamacare, which wouldn't happen, but the struggling fact is that number is not going to go down. It's only going to increase every year.
say it's increased every year since I've been here.
And it will. Like,
Yeah.
I've told people, I think this next year, the normal max out of pocket is right around $9,550 for 2024 plans.
90
Or 9250.
9250.
9250, sorry, 9,250. Next year, I would not be shocked. This
10K.
time next year, you're looking at 9,750. And by the time we're looking at plans for 2026, we will officially reach the max out of pocket on average of $10,000 or more.
I mean, that's literally a car.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about it, like it's a lot of money, and not like you said, not an average American has that much money. Not an average person. just has
And
that
even
to
if
shell
you
out.
do, you ain't gonna want to spend it on health insurance.
yeah.
That's for damn sure.
It's all
Yeah.
about being
You
smart.
know, exactly.
So
smart.
that's why I think that this podcast or this episode is super important to talk about why ancillary policies do all the heavy lifting
Yeah,
for
so
sure.
that you don't have to come out of pocket $10,000. For
sure.
So let's dive into that. I briefly talked about accident and how you can lower your exposure to 250, but do you want to dive into that a little bit more, Talbot?
Yeah, I can dive into that, or I can do cancer, heart attack, and stroke.
Do
Whichever
that.
one's
Do
easier.
that one. Do cancer, heart attack, and stroke. Because that's another 30% of the reasons why you would ever visit a hospital or an ER.
And cancer, heart attack, and stroke, obviously, it's just like accidents. We never want to think anything's going to happen, which, trust me, I hope nothing does happen to any of you guys. It's all about mitigating risk, though. You always have to prepare for, if something does happen. And I promise you, health insurance was never put into effect for the small stuff. It was never put into what am I trying to say?
Into effect.
Thank you. Into effect for doctor visits. It was put in effect so you don't have that $150,000 bill you have to
Not
pay.
if, but
Right.
when.
When.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so cancer, heart attack, and stroke policies, they're a little bit different than an accident rider. In the case of, they're going to pay you a fixed amount. So you can get benefits anywhere from 25, 50, 75, 100. And that's pretty much the max that they're willing to pay you.
100 what? 1,000?
$100,000.
So 25, it starts the lowest at 25,000 all the way up to $100,000 is the benefit amount. So you would pay a premium. Let's just say you're 40 years old. I'm just making this up. These aren't real numbers, but if your quote was $120 a month for a $30,000 benefit amount, that means you'd pay $130 in monthly premium for a cancer, heart, stroke, or a critical illness policy, where in the event that you would be hospitalized or diagnosed with a cancer, a heart attack, or a stroke, or there's 16 other major critical illnesses that fall on that list, you would get a lump sum cash $30,000 check from the insurance company. That's how that plan works.
And some of you are like, well, why? You know, that doesn't really make sense. I'm only paying $120 a month and I get 30 grand.
Mm-hmm.
You have to understand the insurance company is fully taking on risk. That's all that they do. You know, and their whole mindset, obviously the average American, it has gotten very much more with the people who have been diagnosed with that stuff, but they're also taking on the risk that you never get diagnosed with that, right? And so the best thing that I can preach to the choir for real, if you are young, if you are under the age of 30, buy a policy and hold it because your premium will never go up. If you buy a policy of a cancer, heart attack, or stroke, you can literally, I promise you, get $100,000 for probably $40-$50 a month for cancer, heart attack, and stroke.
And I believe what I preach because I have one. I carry one on myself and my wife.
Yeah.
So,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, you will pay that until you're 65 or until you die.
Yep.
Like, it will never go up. And if that does happen, or when that does happen, you're not going to realize it, but you're going to get $100,000 in the mail. And yes, at that point, I'm hoping, God forbid, you guys are so financially free you don't need it, but it's going to help.
Yeah. No, I think what I always tell people, especially business owners, I think of even myself in this situation. But if I were to be diagnosed with a heart attack at age 40, the likelihood is I'm going to be laid up in bed. I'm not going to be able to work. The income begins to dwindle because I am not working. Right. I can't work. I need to rest. I don't want to have stress. And the reality is when you're already going through a stressful time from a medical standpoint, the last thing you want to think about is money. And trust me, there's never not enough money when you're going through something like that. For sure. You want to just put food on the table, pay the light bill. You want to gamble it all away. My favorite joke is since you beat cancer and you got this $100,000 check, if you want to go to the casino and put it all on black or red, be my guest. It's your money to do with what you want. It doesn't have to be spent on medical bills. Correct. It can be spent on whatever makes life easier for you. And so that's a really big thing that I think. I always tell people too, the reason why I think it's so valuable is 1 in 2 men, once again, another American Medical Association statistic that I'm providing. This is all stats based out on them. So I'm not just creating this on the fly. 1 in 2 men are diagnosed with cancer at some point in time in their lifetime. 1 in 3 women are diagnosed with cancer. That's just cancer alone. Yeah. We're not even talking about strokes or heart attacks. Yep. So, and the reality is a lot of people talk about life insurance and you need to have life insurance cover your assets and everything, which is great. I am a firm believer that you should have life insurance to be able to cover assets and give back and provide for your family if you were to be dead and gone. Right. I think that's a very extremely valuable policy to have. But the reality is with medicine and today's modern society of doctors and what we've got going on, we have bad things happen to us, but then we are living, which is a good thing. Absolutely. We're still able to live and have, a life after having a heart attack or stroke or cancer or whatnot. Not for everybody, but it's gotten better. Our longevity of life has been able to get better. So a life insurance policy doesn't help someone in that case.
It's for the here and now.
Correct.
It's for the cancer, heart attack,
the
stroke
cancer,
policy.
heart, stroke, and critical illness policies are for the here and now, for when you do beat cancer, for when you do have a heart attack and you need help. It's there for you to use and have that type of a policy. And that's why I think it's so beneficial.
For sure. And I think one of the biggest things too is like during that time period, a lot of people you find, they then have to, let's say you do get diagnosed with cancer at 50, right? Mm-hmm. And you're on set to retire at 60. Then you have to dive into your retirement fund. And now you're working an extra 10 years because that happened. Yep. If you have one of these policies, after that's all done, you're pretty much getting a free $100,000 if you think about it. Mm-hmm. Because I always do math, right? Whenever I'm talking to somebody. And if you're a 25-year-old or 27-year-old and you get a $100,000 policy and you're paying $40 a month, you literally, let me do this real quick.
You broke out the calculator.
Yeah.
I like it.
How many years would you have to have the policy?
You would have to have the policy for 87 years in order for the company to benefit from you, to make money, I guess you could say.
And if you're in your 20s, that means you're living to 100.
Yeah.
And the likelihood we just talked about of something happening, you're betting against risk.
Yeah.
You're measuring risk right there.
And I know all y'all go to the casino. No, but seriously, I that's how I always break it down to people because numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
Numbers don't lie. And if you can break it down to a 25-year-old for them to spend an extra $40 a month and not eat Chipotle once a week during the month, do it.
I think another big thing that you hit on, alluded to earlier, is everybody can't be on these type of plans. There are stipulations, right? You just can't have a cancer, heart attack, and stroke policy, right? If you had a heart, exactly. If you already had, for our viewers, right? We're not saying that everyone is eligible for these type of plans. You gotta be healthy, somewhat healthy, right? And not have those things that you're going on.
If you've already had a heart attack, cancer, or stroke, we do have some guaranteed issue policies that are out there that we can get you enrolled. It's not as bad as you think, but the reality is you can't get $100,000 benefit.
Correct.
The max that you're going to be able to get is $25,000 in the event, but still $25,000 that's guaranteed issue.
For sure.
Still something to think about. But yeah, no, that's perfect because I don't even sometimes I always forget about that. But you've got to be able to be healthy to get on the plans. Partially why you should try and look at these types of plans when you're younger and you don't have any types of health issues that would inhibit you from being able to pull out a plan like this.
And we're not by any means saying if you're 40 watching this, you shouldn't get on the plane, because you absolutely should.
Absolutely.
Because it only gets worse with age.
Yep.
And obviously it's going to be a little bit more expensive, but I promise you, if it happens, everyone has a family member or someone that they know that has had cancer that's in your bloodline.
Think about all the other subscriptions that you pay for. Netflix, Hulu, all of this stuff that's adding up. Take that money and go pay for a policy. It's that simple.
Hulu Live's $75 now.
And I'm canceling it tomorrow. Done with it.
Wow, you got Hulu Live.
Yes, I do.
He got mad about that.
I do.
YouTube TV?
With it. Yeah, I have that. Yeah.
You have YouTube TV and Hulu Live.
I'm paying for one. I'm not paying for the other.
Okay. Gotcha.
So yes.
Yeah.
So you canceling one of them.
Yes. Hulu Live is getting canceled.
You have Netflix too?
I have Netflix.
Wow.
Yes.
See,
I
that's
would
crazy.
say during this time of year, we got Hulu. We got the Hallmark Channel. My mom pays for Disney Plus.
I've got the Hallmark channel too.
I love Hallmark.
I pay like $10.99 a month.
I will say the Hallmark holiday movies though.
It just puts you in the
It
vibe.
does. It's
Yeah.
like,
Okay, we're getting off.
we are.
I'll add on the Hallmark movies. I gotta add some. They're all the same storyline.
They are. But they're awesome.
They are, bro.
It does not matter. They're
Just
awesome.
a wonderful Christmas thing, like the mom
They
and
all
dad and
kiss
the
at the
kid.
end. Yeah.
Like, bro, it's the same thing, man. But I love it though.
For real. But no. So, Mark, do you want to talk about, because I think this is something that a lot of seniors could utilize. It doesn't matter if you're seniors or under 65.
Yeah.
But this is the great product to have. My mom actually had this when she was hospitalized a couple years back with an appendicitis, so her appendix burst.
Yeah.
And they had to go in and essentially suck all the crap that. Essentially, when your appendix bursts, there's a bunch of crap that gets released within you. They have to go in and essentially get it all out. And so that happened, and her max out of pocket at the time was $5,000. So in that event, she would have been out $5,000, but she had a hospital indemnity. That hospital indemnity plan paid us $9,000 for that event, or for her to be hospitalized. It paid a per day benefit.
Yep.
And then it also paid a surgery benefit.
Mm-hmm.
And then it also paid an anesthesiologist benefit. And so all three of those things happened. So we got $9,000. So we actually made $4,000 in the event of an appendicitis or something that would lay you up for a couple weeks.
For sure.
So I kind of explained what it does. But why would that, are there some other success stories? Maybe I know you've sold several to some seniors that would have a hospital indemnity. Or you have some success stories. Maybe you could share why that's valuable for someone to have.
Absolutely. I think, again, as we alluded to earlier, it's not if, but when something happens. And obviously the demographic that I deal with on the Medicare side, they're up in age, right? They're seniors. And so that time is coming, unfortunately. It's just what it is. It's going to happen for all of us when we get up there. And so usually the demographic that I'm speaking to is, 65 and up.
Yep.
So And I'm talking to a lot of people that are, healthy when I'm talking to them. But guess what? In a click of 2 weeks, something can go wrong. I've gotten that call so many times. And unfortunately, I'll get a call or an email like, hey, your client just passed. I just talked to them 3 weeks ago.
Right.
So
Sad.
it just goes to show you the importance of these things that we can implement, such as what Luke was alluding to, talking about earlier, is the hospital protection plan. We sell something, one of our big items that we utilize on the Medicare side is a hospital protection plan. And so what that does is without getting in the weeds, on every Medicare Advantage plans, there's a inpatient hospital care stay copay.
Yeah.
So they're responsible per day for a certain copay if they stay in the hospital for days 1 through 6.
Yep.
The consumer or the person, the
Does
individual.
that change per person, or is it kind of the same across all Medicare Advantage plans?
Same all
Got it.
across. Yep.
What is
doesn't
that?
care.
Do you know roughly off your top of your head?
Yep. So it can range. It's 150, anywhere from 150 all the way to 400. I've seen the highest
Gotcha.
per day. And so that's really expensive. If you're in the hospital
Double
for
grand.
exactly.
Sure.
If you're in the hospital for, a big surgery, you can be in there for a week,
Right.
2 weeks. And so that money adds up. And so the hospital protection program that we utilize, we basically match up the benefit amount, per day benefit amount, to that amount that they would be responsible for, right? And basically it cancels out. So we'll line up the days 1 through 6, and we'll make the exact benefit amount, the amount that they are responsible for. And so if they're in the hospital, guess what? They have this protection plan. It's $0 for them. So now they don't have to worry about paying this copay.
What's the
in the
type of
hospital.
plan like that on average cost some of your clients?
Good question. Yep. So it just typically, again, like I said, that was good. It ranges. The older you get, unfortunately, the more it will be. But on average, if you're anywhere from 65 to 70 years old, it'll cost you literally $24 to $33 just to add that.
See?
But it saves you
So inexpensive.
so much
Well, that's
money.
the thing. Again, if you get hospitalized, instead of owing $400 a day across 7 days,
Yep.
or what is that, $2,400?
Yep.
I think that's right.
Yep.
$2,400. You could spend $22. You said a month.
Yep.
That would be $240 annually,
Right.
$280 annually in premium
Yep.
to save yourself $2,800 or $2,400
Absolutely.
if you were to be hospitalized.
Absolutely.
So
Sure.
it's kind of a no-brainer.
Yep.
My opinion. Yes, it does cost money. Yes, you don't get
It's not
hospitalized
free,
every
yes.
single year. But if we had that crystal ball every single year that something
We'd be
bad would
the
happen,
richest
yeah, we
health
would.
insurance dudes out here.
Yeah.
Telling you that.
Well, if we had the crystal ball, we would only pull out health insurance for the year we need it.
True.
So, that unfortunately is fairy tale. It's a fairyland, and that doesn't exist. So that's really good information, Mark. That's
Super
huge.
crucial.
So if you are interested in either learning more about how an accident plan could benefit you and lower your total max out of pocket to $250, or how you could earn or make money in the event of going to a hospital, or zero your total exposure to $0 in the event of being hospitalized, or making money in the event of a critical illness, cancer, heart attack, stroke, you name it, and being able to receive a lump sum check of cash of anywhere from $25,000 all the way to $100,000. If you want to learn more about those policies, that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
It costs nothing to quote. All we ever have to get is a zip code, a date of birth, and everybody that's wanting to be covered on the plan, and then being able to know what your financial risk is. Meaning, what are you trying to achieve financially, and what are we trying to protect?
Right.
Are we needing $100,000 to protect some assets? Are you only wanting $25,000 so you know that your $10,000 over exposure is covered? I mean, there's a lot of different things to ask there, but it costs nothing to quote. You pay us nothing. It doesn't cost you anything extra to go through us, rather direct to a carrier. 100% free service. So if you'd like to know more about that information, reach out. That's what we're here for.
And that's why we made the Calendly links that we put in the
I totally
description.
forgot about those.
Literally even easier. You can literally go on and book a scheduled time with us.
Yep. There's a
for our entire
U65. If you're under 65, you can
Yep.
click on that Calendly link. If you're a Medicare age, is 65 or older, but there are some people that qualify for Medicare under 65 as well. But if you qualify for Medicare, reach out and click on that Calendly link and be able to speak with Mark or one of his team members on his team that he helps manage. So I think those are some really exciting things that we've covered today. I mean, I don't know. Do you guys have anything else you want to add?
I think it would be cool if we went around and shared one story, brief story,
Okay.
of how we impacted someone's life with the Ancillary.
Perfect. Yeah, let's do
One
it.
of our.
Lead us off.
You want me to lead us off? Okay. Actually happened fairly recently. I have a really good client. He's been with me for 2 years. Finally, last year, got him to get an accident rider. I've been begging and pleading. I've been like, listen, I know you don't see the benefit in it now, right? It's hard to see it when you're preaching to the choir, right? But I was like, I'm not gonna spit any names, but I was like, I'm just gonna say a random name. But I was like, Jeff, $25, brother. That's all it is.
$25 is all an accident plan cost.
$25
Or less, depending on what you have.
He is a self-employed, owns his own business. He's a rancher. He deals with bulls, deals with horses, all of that. He called me 2 months ago. He was on an Aetna plan at $8,700 max out of pocket. Called me 2 months ago. Hey, brother, just got out of the hospital. I was in there for 3 weeks. I got trampled by 2 bulls. I broke my femur. I broke my hip. I'm still learning how to walk.
Sheesh.
All this stuff. He's like, I got this bill from the hospital for $187,000.
Wow.
I was like, send it my way. I knew he didn't remember.
That he got an accident?
So I didn't even tell him at the time until our second phone call because I wanted to surprise him.
Yeah.
Sent me the bills, sent it to Allstate. Got it. Literally sent it back to him. He's like, all I pay is $250. I said, yeah, remember the accident rider I was telling you about? That's all you pay. He was like crying. Cool. He's like, you don't understand. Like, I was like worried about I was gonna have to go under in my company because I was gonna have to take funds out of my company to pay for this. And I was like, I told you.
That's beautiful.
And then now I literally have his 3 brothers, his mom, all on a plan. They all have accident riders and all of that.
That's huge.
So
That's
it's just one of those like that's what fulfills me in this job.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
like
cool.
hearing that, being to help somebody in a time of need. Because he was stressed out.
Yeah.
And hearing, I mean, a grown man crying on the phone, you know that's pure bliss, you know?
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
shout out to you. You know who you are if you watch it. But
Absolutely.
Yeah.
so
Shout out to Jeff. I know that's a fake name, but
shout out Jeff.
shout out Jeff.
That's cool, man.
You got a cool story?
Not as cool as that,
Yeah.
but that's really cool.
Yeah.
As of late for me, obviously you guys know for me, AEP has been, it's wrapped up. December 7th was the end. But during that time, got to talk to a lot of different people. And also, like I said, like I alluded to earlier, I lost a couple clients that I sold previously. And so it was important to me to try to help where I could, right? So I did have a situation where a person, very healthy, you know, nothing bad going on with them individually, but everyone around them, their sister, their brother, you know, their mom or whatever, you know, has heart issues, cancer issues, things like that. So I simply suggested, hey, let's make sure we get this in place for you. This hospital protection plan. Make sure that if something were to happen, you're protected at least there.
For sure.
And you know, and she understood it and she loved it. And so we made that happen for her. And you know, nothing has happened yet, which is fantastic.
Right.
But
So hope
I'm
never
praying
does.
exactly, and I hope nothing does. But
sure.
when
She's
it
protected
does,
if something does
exactly,
happen.
I'll be
That's
excited
huge.
to let her know that you know you'll be
She's
fine.
good. Right.
Exactly.
Especially with all that surrounding her.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You
I
always want to look out for it.
I have I guess a sad story to share,
Mm-hmm.
but I've got a lot of cool stories to share too. I've helped people get policies that were dealing with cancer in the moment, and they had no clue how to be able to get a policy. They were told they were uninsurable, essentially, and I was able to get them insured so that they could get essentially the right chemo treatment and be able to treat their cancer because they were given only a certain time to live. That person's still a client to this day, is living. He was a grown man out of Texas, probably 55 years old at the time that he came to me, and he cried on the phone.
Yeah.
When I was able to help him get a policy and into a plan that actually cost him nothing. It was free because he was going through this cancer. He was unable to work, so he had minimal income. And when you have minimal income, we're able to help facilitate those types of plans through the marketplace. And it will essentially get a free plan. So one, I have that. It's not an ancillary one, but I've been able to have that. But then I have a sad story where I was able to help get a benefit for one of my deceased clients, but for their husband. So whenever you write these types of plans, you have beneficiaries, much like life insurance. And I had a plan that we write that's kind of a gap plan. They were traveling in the state of Kansas, and his wife was feeling very ill, so they stopped at a gas station, and she went to the bathroom. 5 minutes go by, doesn't come back to the car. 10 minutes goes by, doesn't come back to the car, so he goes to begin to search for his wife. And unfortunately, wasn't able to open the door, was knocking on the door, couldn't find his wife, looked all through the gas station, finally got them to open up the door to be able to get into the gas station. She was laying on the floor, unfortunately. And she had essentially a heart attack that happened that caused her to fall ill, and she ended up dying. So we were able to get the husband a death benefit to help cover any and all bills, but she was life flighted. She had there was a lot of things that they tried to do to help resuscitate and keep her alive, but none of it worked, unfortunately. So she did pass. But unfortunately, whenever you've been doing this, I'm coming up on a decade. You have a handful of clients. You've been doing this almost 8 years, 7 years, something like that. You have clients that pass. So it's just a part of the reality of being in insurance. So it's sad. But one of the things that we were able to do was help alleviate some stress for the husband, who was a widower at the time. And he was very thankful that we were able to help, make sure that we were taking care of the medical bills on our side. Absolutely. So we filed all the claims, we did all that stuff. He didn't have to mess with it. He didn't have to relive the moments. Sure. All I got to do was essentially send him emails on updates like, hey, here you go, boom, taken care of. And he was very thankful for it. So it's a little bit sad. I don't mean to darken the mood, but
that's real.
The reality is those types of things happen.
Yep.
And they were literally, it was a Sunday afternoon drive, driving across the state of Kansas. So stuff happens.
Yeah.
That's why
how important it is.
Yep.
That's why it's important, and that's why we do what we do. That's really good. That's cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Sorry to end on such a sad note, but,
it's life, baby.
So we got to be able to pick the spirits back up. But I appreciate everybody that's tuning in. I think we go ahead and end on this, but I think that ancillary is a very important piece. What I always tell people is it does all the heavy lifting for your health insurance policy. You need to learn about it. The great thing is too, if you have group health insurance, you can still buy ancillary policies that coincide with your group health insurance plan, and we're more than happy to help set those up for you.
Yes, we are.
So all this stuff can work, whether you got a group plan, a Medicare plan, an under 65 individual plan for your family. If you got a small business plan, you want to learn about more ancillary policies for you and your employees. We essentially have the options available for you to look at that, quote it, and help out. And I think it's extremely valuable. I carry these types of policies on myself. I don't just preach policies.
I do as well.
That I don't believe in. These are things that I invest money in every single month. Even now, as I'm in my 20s and I am healthy. And I hope to, knock on wood, continue to stay healthy and not have to use these policies. But the reality is, I know the statistics. And I'm measuring risk, and I believe in the products, and I've seen the products do wonders for my clients. I'm not getting rid of them anytime soon. I can tell you that. So
Absolutely.
Please reach out. We're here to be a resource for you.
Yep.
Thanks for tuning in to another Whiskey and Insurance podcast. This is Whiskey for the Souls, Insurance for the Wallets. That's what we're here for.
That's definitely insurance for the wallet talk right there.
Thank you guys so much. Until next time.
Appreciate y'all.
Until next time.